Okay, so we got even more new information about Dragon's Dogma 2. Almost every day something new comes out and we learn some new and interesting things related to this extremely hyped game. So in this video we will talk about the most interesting vocation, Warferer, considering that there has been some new and interesting news about this vocation. Beside that, we will talk about some game mechanics, character creation, capital city and map in general, some enemies and some other information that came recently. Quick reminder before we start, in case you want to support my work and this channel in general, the best way to do that is to smash that subscribe button right now. It will take a moment of your time, but it will be of a great help. So what we have now is the new official trailer presented by Ian McShane, and in this new trailer we have about 8 minutes of new footages and some new and interesting information. Part 1 of this new trailer is called The Hero, and in this part it was actually explained who is Arisen and what's the story behind the dragon. So eventually the dragon has plagued the world for the untold eons. It seems that no mortal was brave enough to challenge the dragon except one, and his destiny was already written. To get his beating heart pulled from his chest and eaten by the dragon itself and to become the Arisen. This happens once in every generation. The dragon chooses the worthy champion, forging being marred by fate and burned by lost humanity, who must rise from the trappings of ordinary life and answer the call to take up arms in search of the dragon who stole his heart. This is actually an amazing way to continue the story from the first game. Just repeat it. Tell everyone that the events repeat every generation, everything is stuck in the loop, and voila, no need for new storyline. Fascinating. Also, there was some talkings about rifts, and for all of you newcomers that actually don't know, once the hero becomes the Arisen, it will be granted the power to access parallel realities through rift, a thread that connects worlds. Once the Arisen get access to parallel realities, it can summon mystical beings who are loyal and hardworking and will help the Arisen on his journey. They are called the Pawns. Now, as you probably know, once you start the game and you create your character, you'll be able to create your main pawn as well. Beside that main pawn, you'll be able to recruit 2 more pawns created by other users, and that is what we actually saw in the trailer. Once the Arisen entered the parallel reality by Rift, we could see many other pawns created by other users. Have in mind that the pawns can help you a lot on your journey, not just by fighting well, but with guiding, advising, their personal knowledge, etc. So choose wisely, my friend. Next part of this trailer talks about nations or factions in the game. Besides describing factions, we also had some interesting details about the terrain and also the capital city. So first we can see the Vermont, the human region and one of the main regions in the game. A beautiful land full of mountains, green hills and amazing looking landscapes. Above capital city we could also see a Burnworth Palace, a fort with huge massive walls, and in center we can find Burnworth Castle. Here in this castle, the Arisen is traditionally revered as monarch, crowned by destiny and looked upon as a champion protecting the land from the dragon scourge. Now, as we already know some details about the story and factions, and that the Queen Regent wants to set her son on the throne instead of you, the true Arisen, I am really interested in what will happen. On the other side we have the Batal, the nation of Beastren and the desert land. Unlike the Vermont, here in desert, the Arisen is outsider and won't be highly welcomed actually. This is a huge desert land, full of canyons and gondolas that connect precarious outposts. Although it's described as harsh environment, the region looks amazingly beautiful. The Beastren was described as a nation completely different than humans in all ways. They don't have king, but priestesses who worship the lambent flame. It was believed that this flame will protect the Beastren from the calamity of the dragon. Beside these two nations, their conflicts, the dragon etc., there is a place outside the reaches of human and Beastren. Deep in the forest, there is an elvish nation who try to stay away from everyone and everything. The third part of this trailer is maybe the most interesting one, and it talks about monsters in the game. Beside monsters, we could also see some awesome combat scenes, and guys, the more I watch, the more and more I'm indecisive about what vocation I will play. So when it comes to monsters, besides some regular beasts like wolves, there are many others. So first we can see huge ogres, some flying ones like harpies who can, besides attack you from a bow, also do harm to you and your pawns with their devastating screams. There are also goblins who apparently use shadow very skillfully and jump you and your party from all sides. When it comes to size of the enemies, it seems Capcom really love making huge monsters. So beside big trolls, there are also golems, a stone giants, all kind of dragons, griffins and chimeras, and of course Talos, an enormous bronze giant that we could see in earlier trailers. Beside mythological monsters we already mentioned, and those are harpies, griffins and chimeras, in Dragon's Dogma 2 we will also encounter Minotaurs and Medusa. The enemy variety in this game is really huge, and I'm more than sure it won't be boring fighting them all. Now, when it comes to vocations or classes in the game, I won't cover them all in this video. In case you are interested, you can check my video about the vocations, in which I try to explain them all, and you can find the link of that video in the description of this one. Now I want to talk about one specific vocation, one that sounds most interesting and one that most of people want to play, and that is a Warferer. Warferer is the jack of all trades in Dragon's Dogma 2, and the vocation that will allow you to combine 3 different playstyles in one. Yep, you heard it right. 3 different classes combined in one. How that will work and will it suit your personal playstyle remains to be seen. In the US gameplay video we could see some awesome combinations Warferer can do, and they look brutally amazing. So for example, we could see here in this scene that the Warferer opens the fight with some mage abilities and then immediately switch to warrior for some close range combat. Another example, it used magic archer abilities to start the fight and deal some damage from a distance, then switch to Mystic Spear Hand for dealing damage at close range. One of the most interesting combinations in Warferer playstyle, at least for me, is this Mystic Spear Hand plus Thief combo. It's so brutally fast. Using Spear Hand's abilities to get on the enemy really fast, then switching to Thief for some fast single target blows. As I already mentioned, this vocation won't be as strong as single vocation, but combinations will make them brutal. Also, you need to know vocations you want to combine, so the Warferer doesn't sound good for your first pick if you're a newcomer. Beside that, I am more than sure that playing this vocation will be one hell of a ride, and you will have tons of fun playing it. Now, I need to mention the character creation tool. From the moment Capcom allowed everyone to access the character creation segment for free on Steam, which is a genius move by the way, we have had the opportunity to see some mind-blowing creations so far. Character creation in Dragon's Dogma 2 is so deep, so complex, with so many details, that you can create almost anything and anyone. I have never seen such details in this segment before, and I am more than sure that if you didn't already when you enter the game, you will lose a lot of time just by creating your character and your main pawn. One really great thing is that if you already created your character and your main pawn, you can actually use them when the game comes out. I don't know about you guys, but I literally can't wait to play this game, and in my honest opinion, Dragon's Dogma 2 has the potential to be one of the best open world action RPGs in 2024. What are your thoughts about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I will definitely cover the game when it comes out, so if you are interested, make sure you press those subscribe and bell buttons so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Like on this one would be super appreciated so it can reach more people and so we can please the algorithm gods. That would be all, and I'll see you in the next one.